this might be helpful for you in a sense that if you have a question, what microphone should I use when I'm in a car? Hey everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, and in today's video we're going to be talking about microphones. I'm going to try to get straight to the point. I'm going to be talking about microphones, and the specific case of use of microphones is in a car sound recording. So you might be in a car driving somewhere, don't get distracted while driving, but you're driving and you need to produce a video, or you want to talk about something, to record a video, talk about something to your viewers. So you're in a car, and the thing about doing audio recording in a car is that there is a lot of noises. The noises that your viewers don't really want to hear. So these noises basically, they just drown your voice, and that's where the microphone type and quality comes in. So cars make a lot of noises, road noises, tire noises, wind going over the roof, over the mirrors. Everything makes noises, and the engine makes noises, unless you're in a Bentley, but I highly doubt. So your question is going to be, and this is the situation that I faced in the past. I had actually complaints of some viewers complained that they couldn't really hear my voice that well. What kind of a microphone should I be using? Again, the situation is a little bit different if you're sitting in a car and not moving. There is no engine running or anything like that. That's a little bit different compared to a moving car sound recording. So you have a couple of options, of course, and I'm going to get the basics that you can do, and this is a budget version, I guess, without spending thousands of dollars, because we are just doing this for fun, so we are going to stay within a reasonable budget. Okay, let's get to the point. First of all, what you have is a microphone that's built into your camera, and that can be some of those microphones are actually of a good quality. Some of them are not that good of a quality as far as sound recording goes. There are cameras that have an internal 32-bit recording, but that's rare, so you may have just a regular affordable vlogging camera. Some of those cameras have microphone arrays, specifically Sony, for example, that try to really get away from using any external sound recording devices. So they try to improve or build to make those built-in microphones at such a quality level that they're as good as something external. Does it work? Sometimes it's actually not too bad. Sometimes it's just wishes. So the thing number one is the microphone that's built into the camera. It's your obvious choice because that's just a camera and nothing else. You don't have to attach anything to the camera. You just hook it up like I have right here on the dash, and there's nothing else. So that's one of the best situations because it's a compact setup. You don't have any external equipment, large equipment. So easy to set up, easy to remove. Probably the best thing to do, but the quality of the built-in microphones is the question here. So the next thing that you can do, and I'm not going to recommend doing, and I'm not going to test this in this microphone in this video, because this is something like this. This is a lav mic. These are fairly cheap and affordable with a wire, of course. This TRS connector plugs into your camera. Some cameras have an XLR connector, but that's different. That's more of a high level, and I doubt that most people have those cameras for vlogging or use those cameras for vlogging. So this mic with a fairly long cable, I highly don't recommend using this because I tried. So you plug this end into your camera and then you hook this microphone somewhere here. Don't do that because this wire right here is going to be in the way at all times. The thing that happened to me, this wire got caught by the steering wheel and it wrapped around and it pulled. I didn't rip it, but it was not a fun situation. It was fun, but not a good situation. So I don't recommend doing this just because the wire is going to be in the way. One way to resolve that situation, you plug this end into the camera and then you just route this wire around, like the mirror, rear view mirror or things like that, and just hang this microphone like this. You would have to attach it to the sun visor or something else on over your head. So that way you have a wired microphone, but the wire is not in the way. And safety is important, so don't get the wire. So you don't want to have a wire in the way. so you may be moving around, waving your hands, so you don't really want this microphone with a wire just be in your way. The next thing that you can do is, as far as the cheap goes, is something like this. This is a Rode microphone. This is under $100. These are like $50-$60 these days. A really small, cheap, affordable microphones. There is no internal batteries, nothing. It just basically, this one is powered by the camera, so TRS 3.5 millimeter. You just install this on your camera, plug it into the camera's socket, microphone socket, and you have a microphone. So this distance is about 2 feet to the microphone, so it's not too close, not too far, but again, this is cheap, affordable, and we will see what this microphone sounds like. So this is probably the next best thing after the built-in microphones, cameras built-in microphones. Cold shoe, hot shoe mount, and also this one has a 3/8 or a 1/4 inch threaded hole, so you can actually attach this to any, like if you want to attach it somewhere else, not install this on the camera. So there's an option of avoiding using a cold shoe mount or something like that. And of course this one has a removable cable. So this is cheap and affordable. The next thing, that a bit of a step up from that is something like that. Well, these are actually shotgun microphones, and that's what you want. You want to kind of have a direct voice pickup pattern for your microphone. You don't want anything to be coming into the microphone from sides and anywhere else. This one is a little bit bigger. This one is Audio Technica, and this one is a stereo microphone. This one is powered by an internal battery, TRS 3.5 cable. This one is also unplugs, and these microphones are still under $100. And like I said, this one is stereo, so it's a little bit better quality. And this one is made by the Japanese company, and it's basically, you still can do these windsocks. You can just they're basically one size fits all in most cases. So this is the next option. It's going to be better than this, and it's going to be almost as good as what I'm going to mention next. The rain started, so that's another distraction, but that's an option. This is still within $100 budget. Maybe I should try and see what this sounds like. Why not? Well, we'll see. The next thing that a lot of people use, and it's probably a highly recommended thing to do or to use, is a wireless microphone, and this one is going to be Sennheiser in this case. So one of those popular options. So basically you have a transmitter, you have a receiver, you install this onto your camera. This is a Type-C charging cable basically, and also, so this one has an output, so you basically have to again use a cable for the receiver. You just plug it in here, and then this plugs into your camera's microphone socket, and this transmitter, you just hook it up to your wherever, and so you're basically wirelessly transmitting your microphones. This is basically the microphone itself, and this is just the receiver. Microphone and a transmitter. This is a good option, fairly affordable. This is actually, well, now we're talking about over $100. Some of these can be bought cheap, but I like Sennheiser. These things are fairly good as far as the quality goes, and I'm going to be testing this, so we will see the differences. So this is one of those popular options because it's wireless and nothing gets in the way. You have all the freedom of movement. You basically you can do whatever. You can even, and I've seen people do that, they can hold this microphone transmitter in your hand, but since you're driving, you really don't want to do that. This one is, you can just clip it on like a short whatever jacket. It's got a 1/4 inch 20 threaded hole on the back side where the clip goes, so you can attach this again to any mount type of a system besides clipping it on. The other thing is that it's got a 3.5 TRS socket here, so you can just hook up a microphone like this to this transmitter. Instead of using the built-in microphone, you can put this transmitter anywhere you want, and now you have something that is just tiny and small. So if you don't like the idea of having this large microphone slash transmitter visible, you can just downsize it basically to something like this. And this wire, you can just run it through your short or whatever inside your jacket, and actually it's going to be a minimalistic setup, I guess. And the less distractions you have, in my opinion, for the viewers, the better. So anything large like this is just, I hate those large, huge, whoever makes them, but they're just, well, they're just too much in my opinion. I mean, yes, they work, but it's just like this large, huge thing is just no fun actually to see. That's why a lot of professionals use something like this, something tiny, small. And actually these are available in different colors. So if you don't like something that is still visible, you can just have this in a skin color, and even smaller than this, and that actually hides the microphone. And that's always a good thing, that, in my opinion at least. If you can hide the microphone, your microphone, that's always the preference. It is. So in that sense, a microphone mounted on the camera is a good option. And the last thing, I guess, is going to be something that is budget unfriendly, and I have this shotgun microphone. Again, this is Audio-Technica. This one is XLR. It's not stereo, and it's all metal construction. It's got this one is XLR, but this microphone, what I like about this one, it is powered. It can be powered by phantom power, which is like 48 volts, but this one has a built-in, it's a replaceable battery. You can just, if you unscrew the backside of this microphone, there's a battery right there. So if you don't have an XLR socket on your camera, or just don't have anything with XLR, you can just have a cable that is basically an adapter, XLR to TRS. The internal battery provides the phantom power to the microphone. You just hook it up to your camera socket, and these are also available without the built-in batteries, but then you have to use XLR converters, XLR, whatever provides phantom power, basically, to power up this microphone. These can be super expensive. This is a budget version. This was used, but it was just like basically like a new condition, and I already scratched it myself. The downside with this is that this is all metal. It's fairly heavy and it's large, and you can balance it, but you can see how large this microphone is. So that's one of those things that's becomes a little bit difficult if you compare sizes of these microphones. This one is like 4 times longer. We'll see what this microphone can do, but it's just, I guess, a large microphone. And if you mount this onto your camera and drive around, this definitely is going to raise questions. Well, not that you should care, but again, that's just, you have to manage this microphone, and it's the next option, and this can be within $200 budget and more. So, and by the way, Sennheiser has an alternative. It has a microphone that is an alternative to this, or this one is alternative to that Sennheiser. So they're basically the same microphones in a sense of pretty much everything. So it's just basically your preference, I guess. And the last thing that I should mention, and I'm going to be using this as a backup in this case, this is an external sound recorder. It's got a microphone, 2 XLR ports, got a TRS port, so you can hook up any kind of microphone with the TRS to it, and you can just hook up XLR microphones to it. And this can be mounted any place you want, so it doesn't have to be on the camera. It can be installed onto the camera. If you want to deal with this, that's one thing, because it's an extra everything, batteries and all the things that you have to be managing. So if you are serious about sound recording, that's a good option. Complications, yes. So you have to, if you do an external sound recording, you have to synchronize the sound track and sound in the video track. So there are ways around that. This doesn't produce a time code. Most cameras don't have any time code inputs. Since we are not professionals, we are not going to be talking about those things. Synchronizing videos is not that difficult. You can also run a line out into the camera, straight into the camera, so that way actually you can utilize these XLR microphones and run the outputs straight into your camera, so and not actually record anything internally. So obviously this video is becoming way too long. I'm going to, I guess, split it into part 1, part 2. Part 1, I guess, is going to be all this, and part 2, we will drive around, and I will be recording, using these, all the options, and then we'll have something to compare things between each other. And so yeah, that's going to be part 2. Well, this is the end of part 1, and I'll see you in part 2, I guess. Simple name, Sennheiser Profile Wireless. That's all that there is to it. You can buy these in basically 2 different versions. You can buy the whole setup with 2 transmitters and a receiver and a charging case, and the whole Shazam, about $300. Or you can buy the cheaper version, which has a receiver, one transmitter, 1 receiver, and no charging case or anything. These all have USB-C charging ports. So you have to, yes, that's another thing that you have to be dealing with. With the wireless, you have to be charging these.